The classical Romans were not very advanced in their medicines. Most doctors preferred to use spatulas, forceps, and hooks in order to operate. However, there was a great physician called Galen who greatly contributed to the medicine and health back then. Here you see a doctor operating on someone back during the classical age. They had the right idea but didn't have the right instruments to use. Or some of the cures didn't really have much of an impact on people, and some even killed them. Fortunately, we live in the advanced world of today and we can just go to a hospital if we get sick. However, this was a medieval or classical equivalent of a hospital. Yeah, there was no hospital back then. Back then, if you got sick, then there were no vaccines or medicines to cure you. Oftentimes, you would just suck it up and either die or recover. Fortunately, today, we have many medicines to keep us alive, which is why the longevity has increased for everyone. If we're desperate, then sometimes we can get surgery to help improve our sickness. In fact, some scientists have even created bionic arms for those who have lost their arms in accidents. Of course, there were many scientific discoveries made by brilliant scholars during the classical age, such as Eratosthenes, who calculated the circumference of the Earth. Of course, we have our modern-day computers to help us calculate stuff like that. People back then also invented the art of glassblowing or glass making, which has evolved into different arts today, such as painting. Of course, there were many armors made back then because the Romans were very dominant in their wars and armies. However, what is very incredible about the Romans is that they had an early method of the healthcare that we still use today. The Romans also created the method of curing cataracts, which we also use today. Although the Romans tried, they were not very successful at finding proper cures for diseases. But what they did set up was the foundation for future scientists such as Louis Pasteur and Alexander Fleming to make their well-known cures.